Hello, everybody, and welcome. Guess where we are coming to you from tonight? We're coming to you from beautiful Kino Bay, Sonora, Mexico, just up the coast from where I usually come to you live from in San Carlos. And as you can see from that backdrop behind me, it's an incredible spot. We're going to take you here tonight. But first, as we always do, as you guys are just logging in right now, I'd love you to do me a huge favor and send a message out to your friends and let them know that you're watching tonight and getting ready to have a fun time. And if they want to do something a lot more exciting than watching the news, they can flip on over here and join us for what's going to be a fun night live from Kino Bay. We'll be playing lots of your favorite songs. We'll be taking some of your requests. We'll be showing you some pictures and introducing you to some of the people in this little town too. So hope you're all getting logged in, and I hope you're also with a drink in hand, something fun. If you haven't done that yet, get over to your fridge and grab something. Pour it and sit your butt in the couch and get ready to have fun. Those of you who are already logged in, I'm going to show you real quickly where Kino Bay is, just in case you're wondering where we're talking about. You see the Arizona border there, and you can see Nogales. That's Highway 15 from Nogales. Nogales is just south of Tucson, which means after Nogales, it's about a four and a half hour drive to get here. Good road. From Tucson, that puts it about 5.5 hours, right? And Phoenix, about seven hours from Phoenix. So those of you in the Southwest, you may have been to Rocky Point. You may have even been to San Carlos. But I'm guessing there's a lot of you watching tonight who have never been to Kino Bay. I've been coming here since I was a little kid. And you'll even see some of the pictures of when I was a little tyke running around right now. Elsa is back to running our comments, so everybody say hi to Elsa. And one of the most fun parts of this show is when you guys talk with each other, when you send your comments back and forth. So we're looking forward to having you guys participate tonight with your requests, with your conversations. And I certainly hope you enjoy just checking out a place that's different than normal. We've taken you to Alamos. We've taken you to Sayulita. We've taken you to La Paz. And, of course, we've shown you San Carlos, Sonora, Mexico. This is our first time actually doing a show from Kino Bay. But like I said, this place has been a part of my life since 1972 and continues to be a part of my life and my family's life and the life of many of my friends. So, yeah. Anyway, tell you what, let's start off real quick while you're still getting logged in and getting your friends to log in. We're going to start off with a very quick video just introducing you to Kino Bay. Welcome to the place that first brought me to the Sea of Cortez back in the early 70s. This is beautiful Kino Bay. And we are just a couple hours up the coast from where I live now in San Carlos. This is just a mellow little fishing village. I'm going to show you a little bit of it today. Pero sí estamos vivos, ¿no? I don't know about you, but that video that we just watched got me in the mood for life in a beach town. Tourist traps are hopping, the bayfront bars are rocking, and it's barely even noon. Yeah, won't you listen to the tunes? The bands all sound like Buffett. The out-of-towners love it when that steel drummer takes the stage, 'cause he's a legend in this place. The whole crowd is swaying to a reggae sound. Oh la la, life in a beach town. The local folks have seen it all. We remember when this place was small, but my God, all that has changed. So we grumble and complain about the college kids with fake IDs, the traffic jams and the crowded streets and those high-rise hotels. But that's what pays the bills. And come Monday morning, they'll all be gone. Oh, oh, la, la, life in a beach town. So hang a close sign on the door. We're locking up this little store, 'cause outside it's 85 degrees. So grab my fins and my fishing gear. Let's hit the beach and get out of here, 'cause I feel the need for sand beneath my feet. Pete breaks out an old guitar. He bought it from a guy in a bar by the name of Shrimper Joe for $50 and a 6 to go. A crowd starts forming. They got Coke and Captain Morgan, and Pete's known to have a few. Yeah, fire up the barbecue, 'cause it's volleyball and blenders all day long. Oh, oh, la, la, life in a beach town. And now the Pelicans, they're putting on a show for the big yachts and the charter boats, and those sailors out harnessing the breeze. And all the sunburned fishermen just trying to reel that big one in. Now it's a crazy life out past the reef. Now there's a painted sky beyond the pier. So before we head on out of here, let's raise our glasses to the sea. Raise them up, guys, and make a toast to you and me. We all applaud as the golden sun goes down. Oh, oh, la, la. Oh, oh, la, la. Oh, oh, la, la. Life in a beach town. And welcome to this little beach town known as Kino Bay, Sonora, Mexico. El video?
I'm standing right now on the very spot where back in 1973, I told my mom, I want to live here someday. And although I don't live in Kino Bay, I don't live too far away. Down the coastline that way, about 60 miles in San Carlos. Over here, that lower unit you see in the corner, that's actually my family's place. We've had that place since 1972 or 73 and spent a lot of time there over the years. We've had a lot of fun in this water. Windsurfing on the Hobie Cat. That island you see right there, that's Pelican Island. And behind it, the long island you see in the distance, that's Tiburon Island. It's about 30 miles long, 15 miles wide or so. It's the former home of the Seri Indians until about the mid-1960s, when the federal government here actually kicked them off the island because they were suspected of being cannibals. So they now live further up the coast. And then down the beach from us, that's Old Kino. And then behind that, there's a 7-mile long stretch of homes or so, beautiful homes on a white sandy beach, and that's New Kino. So welcome to Kino Bay.
All right. Well, that is another shot of Kino Bay there, and this is kind of fun. You know, here at the condos where we are staying tonight, we actually have a studio audience. Look at these guys. Say hi, you guys. These are my friends from Condominiums Jacqueline and Kino Bay. You just saw a picture of that on the video. It's such a special place. We all love it here, and some of us have been friends for a very long time. There's some people in this crowd who knew me when I was just a little tyke, and that's not the case anymore. So anyway, some of my friends in this crowd that you just saw have definitely turned into the title of this song. No, it's not Drinking Mexico Dry. It's First World Refugee. wakes up and he looks out at the ocean. A big old lazy sun paints the morning sky. Somewhere off the coast of Hispaniola, he gently rubs the sleep out of his eyes. He's on the third year of a 2-week-long vacation. Wasted too many years working too much overtime, just to surround himself with stuff he'd never needed, till he hopped on board that boat and waved goodbye. Just the other day he took that cell phone and tossed it out in the Caribbean Sea. They call him a first world refugee, far away from the land of the free. He's got tropical sunshine running through his blood. Now Uncle Sam forgot his name, and he's never going back again, 'cause he's finally found a place to call his home. He reaches down below and he grabs that old spear gun, 'cause an ocean full of fish calling out his name. Jump overboard and he'll swim out toward the island, catch his lunch and come back home again. Now the folks up north say he must be smoking something, but they don't know what it is that gets him high. You see, there's something in these blue and emerald waters, gives him a buzz that money just can't buy. So he heads that sailboat straight into the sunset. Hey, there's no place on this earth he'd rather be. They call him a first world refugee, far away from the land of the free. He's got tropical sunshine running through his blood. Now Uncle Sam forgot his name, and he's never going back again, 'cause he's finally found a place to call his home. Right, Bill and Nancy? Now life is good on this side of the sandbar, there ain't no doubt about it. This is where he's born to be. He's just a first world refugee, far away from the land of the free. He's got tropical sunshine running through his blood. Now Uncle Sam forgot his name, and he's never going back again, 'cause he's finally found a place to call his home. Oh, he's finally found a place to call his home. All right, well, I've been here in Kino Bay now for a couple of days, actually since Thursday, and we did a show at a place in the old village called Brisas del Mar, Sea Breeze, and we're going to take you there right now. I am with Maria Elena, and she is the owner of Sea Breeze, Brisa del Mar, in Kino Bay, which happens to be the place that I sing when I come to Kino. And Maria Elena's got a sweet deal because she took her house and she converted it into a restaurant, and so she still lives here and works here. And Maria Elena, how long have you lived and worked here at Brisa del Mar?
5 years.
5 years. Good English, by the way. So this is Sea Breeze Restaurant, Brisa del Mar. It As you can see, she's got a nice patio here and just an awesome front yard. With the Sea of Cortez right out there. There's Pelican Island. And a big patio. And over that way, you can see a stage where some gringo sets up and sings. It's always a fun time here at Brisa del Mar. And I hope if you come to Kino Bay, we'll stop on in and visit Maria Elena and the whole gang at Brisa del Mar Sea Breeze. I'm getting hungry just being here. Time for some fish tacos. Can't beat the deal. Good stuff. I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting hungry just watching these videos. All you guys watching at home, come down here and join us in Mexico. I can hear the sound of the music coming across that borderline tonight. And I can feel the touch of a young girl gently take my hand underneath the moonlight. Soft refrains on a Spanish guitar carry me away. All voices calling as I close my eyes. Think I hear her say, Mexico. You've been there on my mind for a long, long time, and I know that I just can't stay away, Mexico. Like warm white sand in the palm of my hand, gotta go, Mexico. It's been a while, but does she remember? Is she still waiting there for me? And does she ever think about those hot summer nights down by the sea? Distant highways and dusty old roads, you got me crossing the line. Lead me down to where nobody knows. Take me back in time, Mexico. You're the one that I love and I can't get enough, Mexico. But you're another world away, Mexico. Those clear blue skies and big brown eyes gotta go, Mexico. I can feel that wind begin to blow, and every time I hear that sound I know, help me out guys, Mexico. You've been there on my mind for a long, long time, and I know that I just can't stay away, Mexico. Like warm white sand in the palm of my hand, gotta go. And I'll be coming back to stay, Mexico. You're the one that I love and I can't get enough, Mexico. But you're another world away, Mexico. Those clear blue skies and big brown eyes gotta go, Mexico. Anybody out there second the motion? All right, deal. Looks like I've got some competition for my job. Yeah, buddy. This town. The sun comes up, the sun goes down. Ain't there something about this old beach town? Just outside my window, I can hear the sound of a big old rusty shrimper slowly heading down. Diesel engine whining, destination way out there, slowly fading out of sight. It's the first day of the season, and it's always been this way. The sleepy boardwalk comes to life, if only for a day. And the fathers hug their children, and the girls all wave goodbye, until that last boat disappears. The pace of life slows to a crawl, but no one seems to mind it all. And the sun comes up, the sun goes down. Yeah, there's something about this old beach town. Lots of people say this place is long past your prime. More pesos than dollars, more nickels than dimes. And half the bars that line these beaches are boarded up and falling down, with beer cans scattered outside the door. They're talking about some big hotel and a golf course by the sea, but where the money's coming from, hey, that's the mystery. So for now, these shores are lined with shacks and weathered punga boats. Things around here never seem to change. The pace of life slows to a crawl, but no one seems to mind it all. And the tide comes up, the tide goes down. Ain't there something about this old beach town? They're emptying out the freezers, they're sweeping off the decks, they're heading for the boardwalk for a taste of what they've missed. And the barmaids and the waitresses, yeah, they'll be raking in the tips, and the beer will flow like water all night long. If it weren't for some crustacean, the one they call pink gold, they would have moved off to the city instead of putting life on hold. Like this one forgotten gringo whose skin has turned to brown. Think I'll take a walk down to the shore, watch the waves come rolling in, and feel the salt upon my skin. And the sun comes up, the sun goes down. Yeah, there's something about this old beach town. Ain't there something about this old beach town? There is something about this town. El video.
are in New Kino at a place called La Palapa. And this is a popular beach right here with visitors from out of town. A lot of Hermosillo people who come here on weekends and in the summer times. And you can see it's hopping. New Kino's got some beautiful homes, just a great beach. Here in La Palapa, they've got some good food, good spot to grab a drink and watch the sun go down, and catch a little music too.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's one thing that brought us all down here. Actually, three things. White sand, warm sun, and that salty H2O. Got a constant craving, can't fight the urge. Try to kick the habit, but it keeps on getting worse. I've given up on rehab, it's far too late. This lifelong addiction is impossible to break. Give me some white sand, warm sun, and salty H2O. You know what, guys? This intervention's useless. It's out of my control. 12 steps from the ocean. Who needs 12 more? When you got white sand, warm sun, and salty H2O. White sand, warm sun, and salty H2O. Oh! Now it goes back to my childhood, that very first trip. Watching the waves roll in mesmerized this kid. By the time they dragged me up the beach and shoved me in the car, I knew no matter where I'd go, I'd never get too far. From white sand, warm sun, and salty H2O. Now the sea's outside my window, and there's a beach outside my door. And those three things still turn me on, just like long ago. What are they, guys? White sand, warm sun, and salty H2O. White sand, warm sun, and salty H2O. Oh! So keep your change of seasons, the winter and the cold. Send me a postcard with pictures of the snow. I'll look at it and shiver and just shake my head as I'm putting on my flip-flops and stepping out instead into the white sand, warm sun, and salty H2O. So take all your sweaters and set them on fire. Slap on some sunscreen, put on some Kelly McGuire, then turn around and run right to the place you ought to be. Get your butt into some beach chair down here with me. In white sand, warm sun, and salty H2O. Living by the sea is so good for the soul. I pinch myself and wonder who could ask for more than white sand, warm sun, and salty H2O. There's no cure for this addiction. Every day I overdose on white sand, warm sun, and salty H2O. White sand, warm sun, and salty H2O. Oh! White sand, warm sun, and salty H2O. These guys, the studio audience, they are addicted too, definitely. All right, Vidal.
Jose, can you tell us what you're going to do in about a week?
I will make my first communion.
He's making his first communion, and we're really proud of Jose. Well, this building behind us used to be the Catholic Church here in Kino Bay when we first started coming down here in the early 70s. And guess what? That's where I made my first communion when I was Jose's age.
Guy here, Pablo, and well, actually our team, Pablo Nanais, we need to get a shot of the sunset. Pablo, una vista del atardecer. Because it's a beautiful one right now here in Kino Bay. Look at that. What does the studio audience think of that? We're giving it a round of applause from Kino. We hope you guys are giving it one from home too. Thank you, God, capital G. He's like doing the visual on this, and I'm doing the audio. So that is just beautiful. Sea Cortez just has amazing sunsets, and we are blessed with them every single night around here. Well, as you saw from that last video, and some of the slides you've seen during the songs, there's a familiar looking little kid in a lot of those. Getting here to Kino is always like coming home. For many of us. Now there's a hammock. There's a woman. There's babies. And there's me. And there's a seagull sitting on a half-sunk fishing boat. And there's a sail sliding across the sea. And it's good to be home again and feel the sunshine on my skin and listen to the sound of the wind telling me it's nice knowing you'll be here for a while. So kick your shoes off and smile. Ain't it good to be home again? There's moonlight and there's laughter and there's a song, a seaside lullaby, and there's a feeling like I don't need a rhyme or a reason. It's so pleasing to be back by your side. And it's good to be home again and hear those waves rolling in. Where in the world have I been? And it's funny how the seasons just disappear a little faster every year. But ain't it good to be home again? And it's amazing how it suddenly seems so clear, the reason we're all here. Ain't it good to be home again? Just for a moment, the world don't know where I am. No needs and no demands. Ain't it good to be home again? Now there's a hammock. There's a woman, there's babies, and there's me. Thank you very much. Well, we're going to take you now. Oh, we're going uptown on this next one.
See that dump of a building right there? Well, if those walls could talk. Because believe it or not, back in its day, that's where the action happened in this town, if you know what I'm talking about. A lot of fishermen blew a lot of money in that place, and it was not glamorous, as you can probably guess. Only thing they had on the drink menu was quarts of beer. Don't ask me how I know that.
Tell you how I know that, because one night after I did a show in town several years ago at Hotel Hacienda, it was a Tuesday night, And as my studio audience can tell you, there's not a whole lot going on in Kino Bay on Tuesday night at 9 o'clock. Am I right on this? It's kind of like San Carlos here. San Carlos midnight is like 8 o'clock. Well, people were wondering, what can we do? The show's over. We want to go out and have some fun. I said, well, guys, our options are kind of limited here. There's not like a lot of nightclubs and things in this town. It's pretty mellow. And it's a Tuesday night, so everything's kind of closed. And they were just begging and begging. And I finally said, well, there is one place, but you don't want to go there. And at the second I said you don't want to go there, of course, everyone wanted to go there. And it was the place I just showed you, which was the former brothel in town. And it really was a dump of a joint. We walked in, and there was about a dozen guys in our group and one woman. And I still remember when she walked up and asked the bartender, who had one tooth, she asked the bartender for a pina colada, and the lady just smiled with the one tooth and slugged down a quart of beer and said, "This is all we got." And that was her welcome to the Kino Bay brothel. But we had a good time that night. Oh, I have to tell you one other thing that happened that night. I almost got in a fight. Please don't tell my mom this story. I almost got in a fight at the Kino Bay brothel because I was just sitting there minding my own business when these fishermen walked in, and they knew that I just finished singing in town, and they handed me not a 6-string guitar, not a 5-string guitar, a 4-string guitar. It had 4 strings and 2 broken ones. Okay, I've played a 5-string before, but it had 4 strings on it, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? My voice was sore. It's loud in this place. I really didn't want to play. I didn't even have a pick. And these guys said, come on, you got to play one song. So I took out my driver's license and used it as a pick. And I played a 4-string guitar, which was just horrible. And when I finished the song, I went to hand the guitar back to these guys, and one of the guys said, pay me 100 pesos. I said, for what? He said, for bringing you the guitar. I said, I never wanted the guitar. And he said, yeah, but you played it. I said, that's because you insisted that I play it. And so we had a little discussion about the fact that I didn't go there to sing, but he brought me this guitar. He says, yeah, but man, I went really far for this guitar. So I said, oh, sorry, dude, I didn't ask for it. Well, next thing I know, we're out in the street, and we're about to get in a fight. And they kicked this guy out. They wouldn't let him back in. And I felt kind of bad as he went staggering down the road that I got this guy kicked out of this place. So I called out to him and said, get back here. And I said, look, I never wanted to play this guitar in the first place. It had 4 strings. I just wanted to relax. You insisted. I handed him 50 pesos, and we became best friends. See, there's a happy ending to all these stories. Again, don't tell my mother that story. Oops, I forgot. She's watching. Well, this song kind of goes with that. Spring breakers with salt shakers, chasing every shot with a lime. Old geezers and gold diggers, it's amazing what money can buy. Drinking Mexico Dry, dancing off the tables and falling on the floors. Oh, drinking Mexico Dry, and I wish that they would just go home. He dumped his wife in Casa Grande, ain't seen his kids in a year. He's 45, she's 19. Hey, baby, can I buy you a beer? Now he's drinking Mexico Dry, expatriated from the red, white, and blue. Now he's drinking Mexico Dry, and I wish that he would just go home. They'll always tell ya, don't drink that water, but this ain't what they mean. They call the culture intoxicating. I look around and all that I see are underage white trash playing King for a Day, screaming, hey waiter, speak English, can't you see I'm from the USA? Oh, drinking Mexico Dry, 1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila, floor. They're all drinking Mexico Dry, and I wish that they would just go home. He wants to live la vida loca. He wants to really get wild. Another shot, vacation's over. Now he's here for a while. 'Cause he got hammered, he got nailed. They threw his butt in the can. And now it's, please God, get me out. And I'll never drink tequila again. I'll never play a 4-string guitar either. Drinking Mexico Dry. He's finally learning how to say no more, no mas. Drinking Mexico Dry. And he wishes he could just go home. Yeah, I wish that they would just go home. Skanky folks with rum and cokes. I wish that they would just go home. All right. How about that backdrop? Are you guys checking out the amazing colors behind me? I am up in the pool area at Condominiums Jacqueline in Kino Bay, Sonora, Mexico. For those of you just tuning in, we're about 60 miles or so up the coastline, I'm guessing, 60, 70 miles of coastline. It's about a 2-hour drive as you go inland a little bit. And it's really worth making a trip up here if you're in San Carlos. It's a great day trip, and there's some wonderful restaurants. You'll meet great people. We've showed you some of those people tonight. We'll show you more as the night goes on. And very soon, we'll be taking some of your requests, too. I did mention to you that Kino Bay is a part of my family for many, many years now. And you've seen a couple of the pictures. Si hay fotos, no? De mi familia, yeah? Look at that. I think that picture is from our first trip here back in 1972. And there we are years later, all of us. Big clan of Mulligans there. Sorry to all of our neighbors here in Condominiums Jacqueline who came down here for peace and quiet. We destroyed that. There's my dad with our Hobie Cat. That was our sailboat that we brought down here in the early 70s, and we had many, many good times on that. My dad used to love to sail, too, and my mom, and then the movie Jaws came out in 1975 and kind of killed that. You remember how terrified we all were of Jaws? Have you seen that movie lately? Oh, my God, I can't believe we were scared of that. But anyway, I'm going to show you another picture right now because every week my mom bakes cookies for the person who sends me the best picture of the week. And before we show you the picture, studio audience, some of you guys have had my mom's cookies, right? What do you think of my mom's cookies? They are awesome. I'm serious. We used to give away my music as a prize. And everyone's like, Mark, we don't want your music. We want your mom's cookies. So we're going to give away a half dozen chocolate chip and M&M cookies to the person who took this next picture. And it's a great one. Look at that. Look at that Kino Bay sunset. And that is taken by Matt Buchanan. Matt is from Tucson, and he is now spending more and more time here, lives down in New Kino. And I just met him at my show on Thursday night at Seabreeze. And that is an incredible picture. Everybody, don't you think that deserves a half dozen of my mom's cookies? What do you think? So congratulations, Matt. All you got to do, Matt, is send me a mailing address, and my mom will bake those and fire them off to you, and you will enjoy them. I guarantee it. You know, that picture just inspires me to sing this next song, and so does just the view we have going on here right now. So as I sing this next song called Sunset, everybody salud, cheers, lift your glass, whether you're in my studio audience or whether you are home on your couch, salud everybody. We'll do that. It's coming up. I was sitting on my front porch swing, watching the sun go down, thinking that there's still some things left to do while it was still around. Then the colors took me by surprise. I was suddenly so hypnotized. I let the worries of life pass me by. It was then and there that I realized that a sunset can be a beautiful thing when you can learn to leave a few things undone and truly take the time to see that a sunset can be a beautiful thing when you can let go and learn to let it be. I was watching Mama getting gray, and my daddy's strength began to fade. That's when I began to pray, Lord, please don't take them away, 'cause I still got so much left to learn, and I love my mom and daddy so. But this old world continues to turn. Mama said, son, I thought by now you'd know that a sunset can be a beautiful thing when you can learn to leave a few things undone and truly take the time to see that a sunset can be a beautiful thing when you can let go and learn to let it be. Now I'm sitting on my front porch swing, and I'm watching the sun go down, thinking that there's still some things left to do while I'm still around. Then my life passes before my eyes, and I'm suddenly so hypnotized. Is it the colors of those painted skies? 'Cause I hear a voice from the other side singing, sunsets can be a beautiful thing when you can learn to leave a few things undone and truly take the time to see that a sunset can be a beautiful thing when you can let go and learn to let it be. Sunsets can be a beautiful thing when you can learn to leave a few things undone and truly take the time to see that sunset can be a beautiful thing when you can let go and learn to let it be. Thank you very much. We are going to head on down to Old Kino right now. There was a gal that many in the studio audience here knew many years ago. Her name was Rosa, and she was a maid here at the condos. And we're going to take you down to something that she's doing these days.
I am here at a little restaurant in Old Kino, and it's called Dorita, and I'm with an old friend. This is my friend Rosa, and she has known me since I was 10 years old because she used to work as a maid at the condominium where we have a place. And she worked there for a long time, and since then she's come here, started a restaurant with her mom. It's been 32 years, and she has a really cool restaurant here in town that I hope you'll stop by and see. Rosa, it's great to see you. This is really good food here. We're just about to eat right now. Wish you were here to join us.
That got me in the mood to sing about tacos and burritos. I got that green light at the 21K. Now I'm south of the border again. I'll be eating Dorado at the end of the day. South of the border again. South of the border again. And it feels so good, my friends. Tacos, burritos, muchachas, amigos, and sails out on the wind. South of the border again. beautiful chica greets me with a beso south of the border again. I traded my dollars for a pocket full of pesos south of the border again. So crack a cerveza, slice up a lime, pour a little salt on the rim. I tossed my watch, now I'm taking my time south of the border again. South of the border again. And it feels so good, my friends. Tacos, burritos, muchachas, amigos, and sails out on the wind. South of the border again. And oh, oh, I'll take the sea and the sun. Oh, oh, heading south's more fun. Oh, oh, I still can't explain it, how 1 foot across that line puts me in a mañana state of mind. Now I'm playing guitar in some waterfront bar where the waves come rolling in. A voice in the crowd says, "Welcome back, Mark, south of the border again." Here we go. South of the border again. And it feels so good, my friends. Tacos, burritos, muchachas, amigos, and sails out on the wind. South of the border again. It's been too long, now I'm singing this song, 'cause I'm south of the border. South of the border. South of the border again. Good spot to be. Thank you, studio audience. Okay. Feet dangling, hanging off of the pier. Is this how it looks when God looks into the mirror? Well, that little video you just saw, that's where that song actually had its beginnings. I was sitting on that pier one night watching the sun go down over Pelican Island and Tiburon, and those words came to me, feet dangling, hanging off the pier. Is this how it looks when God looks into the mirror? And that's that visual and those lines turned into this song off the Back to Laid Back album. And I hope you like it. This is just a nice time to do this one, Somewhere Under the Sky. Feet dangling, hanging off of the pier. Is this how it looks when God looks into the mirror? A big orange ball descends into the sea as brush strokes of fire accentuate the scene. Cooped up within four walls too long. Half the time I hear your voice, it's on a phone. Round and round, running on this hamster wheel. Been so long I've forgotten how it feels to just be somewhere under the sky. As the day turns in the night, the sky, just you and I, clinging to the edge of a world that somehow would get by if the two of us somehow disappeared somewhere under the sky. Somewhere under the sky. Downtown, the Cars are all jammed in a row. Hands on the wheel, ears glued to the phone. Unaware of the show that's going on. As a garage door goes up, garage door goes down. The horizon's on fire, painted in 1,000 shades. Streaks of neon shoot across the bay. Somehow the sea's been hypnotized, while in a split second my soul's been electrified. Electrified somewhere under the sky. Tonight it's just you and I, hanging off the edge of a world that somehow would get by if the two of us simply disappeared somewhere under the sky. Somewhere under the sky. You and me on the edge of a world that somehow would get by if the two of us up and disappeared somewhere under the sky. Somewhere under the sky. Somewhere under the sky.
Cheers, everybody.
Well, that looked kind of like a Corona sunset to me. And Sherry and Bill watching in Punta Gorda, this one goes out for you by request. I appreciate you guys watching every week as you do. And I hope you had a nice sunset tonight, too. Our first request of the evening, we got a few more coming up. Corona sunset, margarita moon, Spanish guitar serenade the sky with a tune, waves kissing the shore, and time for just one more Corona sunset and margarita moon. They say down here crazy things can happen. And this past week we're living proof. A mixed up reservation, a casual hello, a couple drinks, and next thing we knew it was Corona sunsets margarita moons. Suddenly, mañana's coming way too soon. Wish this night could somehow last instead of fading away so fast like Corona sunsets and margarita moons. footprints in the sand will soon be washed away as echoes of tonight fade with the breeze. You'll be back in your world, and I'll be back in mine, looking back on distant memories. Sails out on the sea, silhouettes of you and me, and Corona sunsets. Now your boarding pass is printed and your bags are packed. Just like that, reality's closing in. But this evening sky has got me thinking crazy thoughts. Perhaps this story doesn't end with this Corona sunset and margarita moon. Is it me, or are you kind of wondering too? Will these memories disappear, or lead us both back here to Corona sunsets and margarita moons? Will the sails out on the sea again find you and me under Corona sunsets? I know I'll never forget Corona sunsets and margarita moons. We got one going right there. We had a great sunset tonight. We got that moon up there. It's just the video to all these songs. Thank you, God, for working with me. I will split my tips with you. We're going to head down to the Marlin. Now, my studio audience, has anybody here ever really gotten smashed off a fishbowl margarita at the Marlin? Yeah, I think we all have. That's kind of like a baptism in this town. Let's head on down to the Marlin right now in Old Kino.
Back when I was a young kid and I wasn't legal age for drinking in the States, I could get away with it here at the Mulligan in Old Kino. And they served a mean fishbowl margarita. I gotta tell you, be careful with those things. You just might wind up swimming naked in the Sea of Cortez.
To do a song to go with that fishbowl margarita that had me swimming naked in the Sea of Cortez. I admit it. I don't think I'm the only one. Don't blame me. Those margaritas were really strong. Thanks a lot, Enrique, the bartender. A little too much tequila in those margaritas. Spent some time out in Southern California. The girls out there, you really wouldn't believe. Found myself a place down by the ocean and filled it up with everything I need. Staying out all night and having a good time. Thought I'd finally left you far behind, but sailboats and sunshine couldn't get you off of my mind. I couldn't drown your memory drinking whiskey or wine. Spent all my money, guess I'm down to my last dime. Guess I've had too much tequila, not enough lime. So I said, hasta luego, San Diego. Then I went on down to Mexico, hanging out with friends at the Marlin Cantina, and traded in my last $1 for a shot of gold. Singing ay, 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 and wearing big sombreros. They threw me out and I stumbled my way home. But sailboats and sunshine couldn't get you off of my mind. I couldn't drown your memory drinking whiskey or wine. Spent all my money, now I'm down to my last dime. Guess I've had too much tequila, not enough lime. Spent all my money, now I'm down to my last dime. Guess I've had too much tequila, not enough lime. Too much tequila, not enough lime. Oh, yeah. Wow. I think I've still got a hangover from that margarita. All right. Well, we got a couple of requests to go right here. Elsa, you told me it was John. Carol, was it your birthday or John? Carol, happy birthday to our studio audience. We have a birthday here. I love you guys at home. Come on, cheer so loud that Carol Parks can hear you right here. Carol, let's all sing this one. I don't care where you are tonight. Let's sing it for Carol here, who just got to Kino Bay with John today. And they've got all kinds of stories they're going to share with me about fun trips. These are fun people. Sing it for Carol. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Carol. Happy birthday to you. Felicidades. I'm so glad you could spend it with us here on Monday Night Facebook Live show. This is cool. This is like Carol's birthday party tonight. John, you got off the hook. You don't need to throw her a party. We're all doing it for her. Okay? But this was your lucky night. Yeah. All right. Well, tell you what. I'm going to do this song for both of them. Eso se puede hacer combinación si quieres de Life in a Beach Town y de Scenery si quieres. No más fotos así, cuando quieran. Guarantee when you come down and see us here in Kino Bay, just like San Carlos, you know, and you have to leave here, this song will be running through your mind. Going out for the birthday girl. And John. Should we turn around and run? From a week in paradise, I got used to holding you close every night. As we come down from the clouds and touch the ground, you're squeezing my hand so tight. But if paradise is behind us, where we learned less is really more, and all we needed was each other, then what are we coming back for? Let's turn around and run back to the Kino Bay sun. Don't need much to have fun, just some lotion and some rum. We could snorkel for free, or just hang out on the beach, lay around in the sun. Smartest thing we've ever done. Let's turn around and run. This big old city so full of people buzzing around like flies, right, John? All stressed out in their everyday world, dressed up in their suits and their ties, trying to achieve the next level. With a bonus, they can buy that new car or a bigger house just to keep the family. They think those things are who they are. Let's turn around and run back to that Mexico sun. Don't need much to have fun, just some lotion and some rum. We could snorkel for free, or make love on the beach, Lay around in the sun, smartest thing we've ever done. Let's turn around and run. You know this part, guys. La 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 la. La 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 la. Carol's husband wrote this part. La 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 la. La 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 la. Now we were suffering from a delusion. We could leave all this behind. No choice but collect our baggage. Get ready for that 9-to-5 grind. Remember that, John? As we lugged our way to the exit, I could see the question in her eyes. So I answered with a smile. I grabbed her hand. Next plane back to paradise. Right on, girl. Let's turn around and run back to the sea and the sun. Don't need much to have fun. Just some lotion and some rum. We could snorkel for free or just hang out on the beach. Lay around in the sun, smartest thing we've ever done. Let's turn around and run. All you guys at home, help us out. Let's turn around and run back to that Mexico sun. Don't need much to have fun. Just some lotion and some Captain Morgan rum. Now we could snorkel for free or make love on the beach. Lay around in the sun, smartest thing we've ever done. Let's turn around and run. Lay around in the sun, smartest thing we've ever done. Let's turn around and run. Sounds like a game plan to me. Happy birthday, Carol. Tom Copeland is watching us in a place where I bet they're not wearing shorts right now, way up there in Ontario. And Tom, I hope you're doing well. Last week, you wanted to hear a song. And actually, Elsa thought that this might be a cover song. She didn't know this is one of my songs because she hasn't ever heard me play it before. And, of course, we don't do cover songs on Facebook because they will cut the stream. We just do Mark Mulligan songs. You're stuck with me. So, Tom, you wanted to hear this song, and this goes back to my second album, which, this will tell you how old I am, was a cassette tape. Okay, at least it wasn't an 8-track. Don't get on my case. It was a cassette tape. And later on, it was called Son of the Sunshine was the album. We later put this song, along with many from that album, on the Best of the Early Years album, which really makes me sound old. God, I hate that title. But, Tom, you didn't get to hear this song last week, so I'm going to play it for you right now. Esto no ocupamos rollo ni nada. So here we go. This one's called The Good Old Days to Come. Hey, old friend, sure good to hear your voice again. Lately I've been looking back on those distant days of way back when. It's been a while, too many years, too many miles. Those distant memories, just thinking about them makes me smile. 'Cause you know we've had some good times and you know we've had some fun, but something tells me the best is just begun. So I'm looking ahead to the good old days to come. I just forgot the second verse, Tom. Hold on. Okay, Tom, that was kind of the Cliff Notes version of the song. Because, Tom, I haven't played this song since I put on cassette tapes. It looks like I have to come back to Tom Copeland again next week with this request. This song's driving me crazy. So what we do when we forget words and songs is we kind of hope, number one, the crowd has a decent buzz and doesn't really care. And so far, am I doing well? Okay, good. And then we just tell lame, stupid jokes and hope nobody notices we're not singing verses until we get to that final chorus. We've been up and down the border. We've been out there in the sun. And Something tells me the best has just begun. Elsa's loving watching me suffer right now, by the way. You should see her laughing. So I'm looking ahead to the good old days to come. The good old days to come. We're looking ahead to the good old days to come. Yes, folks, that's called torturing a song. Tom, I should send you a check after what I just did to your request. I'm going to play it for you next week, and I swear I'm going to take out my guitar. I'm going to play that song 50 times so I can get it straight for you, okay? I wish you guys had had a video of Elsa just over here laughing. She's a cruel, cruel woman. I just learned right now that in difficult times, she will not be with me. She'll just be laughing and laughing away while I sink. So, all right. Well, let's see. We're going to do one more here, and then we'll get to another request. Because this next song, this is going to shock you guys. I actually know this next song. I can play the entire thing. Can I get a round of applause for that? I mean, playing whole songs, that's not easy, folks. Up the coast from here is a little town called Punta Chueca, and further up is Desemboque. And that's the home to the Seri Indians, which when we all started coming down here in the early 70s, they used to spend a lot of time over here, coming over and trading with us. They trade ironwood carvings, they trade baskets, and just incredible artists, because originally these guys were fishermen, and they lived out on that long island that you saw before called Tiburon off in the distance. And they were kicked off the island, actually, in the mid-'60s because some of the local fishermen here in Kino Bay went out there and never returned, and there had already been rumors that the Seri Indians were cannibals. And that was the last straw for the federal government in about 1965, and they got booted and moved to the mainland and really prohibited for a while from returning to the island. So they just are incredible artists. In fact, they were the ones that kind of originated with the help of a guy named Jose Astorga, who was actually from the States. He came down and worked with them and got them going on making ironwood carvings by hand. A lot of you have seen ironwood carvings throughout Mexico. But a lot of these days are machine made. You can really tell by the fine edges of them that they're made by machine. It's not the same art as the Seris who would spend months on a single piece. And you could really tell their ironwood carvings because they were rounded edges from doing them by hand. The animals that they made, they actually didn't put eyes on the animal. That was a trademark of the Seris. So when you see eyes on an ironwood carving, that generally was not made by a Seri Indian. They're a very different tribe than local Mexicans and with very different traditions. Let's head up right now and just check out the Seri Indian tribe. Special day out on Tiburon Island when Elsa and Marisol got to participate with the Seris in one of their traditional dances, and they let Elsa paint her face and Marisol do that dancing and stuff, and it was really neat. I think of the Seris when I sing this song, and that whole coastline heading up that way, and they actually show up in this song if you listen for it. The sun's coming up and the dogs are barking outside. She says this one's for luck and she kisses him goodbye. He looks about 50, but he's only 35. Fishing ain't easy, but it's all that keeps him alive. But he can't quit now, he's got mouths to feed. So he aims that panga out to sea and heads out on one more run off the coast to nowhere. Spanish explorers and ghosts from long ago still haunt these tranquil waters, still roam these Cortez shores. And the voice of the Seri whispers on the wind, telling tales in a language nobody understands. How before the days of you and me, magnificent creatures ruled these seas, all through the centuries off the coast of nowhere. Marlins and mantas, dolphins and whales would put on a show for the men who set sail, conquistadors of a world untouched by time. But mysterious secrets were better left untold by dreamers and vagabond drifters and castaway souls. Pirates and thieves in search of pink gold on Mexican shrimpers all rusty and old are leaving one big empty wake behind. From Cabo to Kino, Penasco to Mulligan, seems all that they left us are memories of yesterday. Now the sun's going down and the day is almost done. He takes one last look behind him and sees a silhouette of Tiburon, just like his father a generation before. Looks out on the water and he wonders how many decades more till that last vaquita disappears. There's not much left of the sea turtle here. That day is getting near off the coast of nowhere. What's he gonna tell his son if the nets are empty and the fish are all gone? They say it won't be long. Thank you very much. We got some more requests here. We've got somebody watching this show, a 10-year-old kid named River. River, I so desperately need your demographics. Stick with Mark Mulligan songs. I need you. So, River, I don't know where you're watching from, but I think we need to send River. This is pathetic. I wanted to send you a CD. You probably don't even know what a CD is. But if your parents still have a CD player, I'd like to send you a CD. If there's one of mine that you don't have, it's yours. So make sure you send Elsa or send me an email, and we'll hook up. And because I got to keep you on my side. Stay away from gangster rap. Listen to Mark Mulligan. And by the way, that was a message from your parents. She would like to hear. And River, this concerns me. Your request is a bar down in Mexico. Okay, I've ruined this kid. Maybe you should listen to gangster rap. It's a lot healthier for you than. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Well, let's go to a bar down in Mexico and. Well, you've been seeing a lot of Kino tonight. I think we're going to show you a few of my San Carlos friends on this next song. And who knows, we might get them to come up here and join me at a bar down in Mexico in Kino one day soon. Here we go. Going out for River. 10 years old. Requesting a bar down in Mexico. Your parents ought to We're not calling Child Protective Services on you guys or anything. No, well, I have worked my fingers to the bone. Did I mention that River's only 10 years old? Trying to build myself a happy home. But the more I work, the more goes to the man. So now I've got myself a better plan. I'm gonna buy me a bar down in Mexico where I can pour the friends I know a shot or two of fun down by the sea. I'm gonna buy me a bar down in Mexico. What else could I ever need but the sun, a bar in Mexico, and me? Well, I will pack up all my friends one day and head on down to my friend Giggles' place. Hi, Giggles! And I'll be pouring drinks from dusk up till the dawn while we dance the night away with Ray and the Rejects on. I'm gonna buy me a bar down in Mexico where I can pour the friends I know a shot or two of fun down by the sea. I'm gonna buy me a bar down in Mexico. What else could I ever need but the sun, a bar in Mexico, and me? Well, I'll wake up every morning with nothing on my mind, that's true. Pouring margaritas in a palm tree paradise. Help me out, studio audience. I'm gonna buy me a what? Mexico, where I can pour the friends I know a shot or two of fun down by the sea. I'm gonna buy me a bar down in Mexico. What else could I ever need but the sun, a bar in Mexico with me? What else could I ever need? Senoritas by the sea, the sun, a bar in Mexico. And all you guys at home helping us out. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. I'm sorry, guys, I can't quite hear you. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. We got the sun, a bar in Mexico with me. Yeah. All right, River, get back to doing your homework now. Don't tell your teacher that you listen to Mark Mulligan songs. Okay. So, hold on, we got some requests here. So, hold on, let me see if I can do this one for Lynn and also for Maggie. I'm learning it right now because I'm so terrified after that last song that I botched. Now I'm wondering, like, do I know any of my own songs? I'm suddenly paranoid. So, hold on. I think I got it. Well, a couple of people have asked me for a song here. Maggie Murray and also Lynn. Lynn is watching with Wayne in Illinois. Hi, Lynn and Wayne. I miss you guys. And Maggie, I'm going to see you one more Wednesday in San Carlos at La Palapa. I'm looking forward to that. I also want to send this one out for Michael and Renee because Renee went through a terrifying experience that a lot of us in San Carlos were very worried about a week ago when her husband disappeared. And Michael has been suffering with some issues and went for a walk. And he's about 70 years old and has had some memory issues lately. And he never returned and never came home that night. And we were all scared. Everyone in San Carlos was looking for him, and everyone was doing their part. Even the next day came, nobody found him, and it was not looking bleak. And we were all just praying our butts off. And what do you know? We found him. I think they found him about after 36 hours or something. And they found him laying down in a field, dehydrated. I don't think he knew how he got there or anything. But he's safe. And I sent Renee a message. I said, Renee, your homework after that is to listen to this song and sing along to it. And she did. And I'm going to sing this one for Lynn and also for Maggie Murray. It's off the Rising Sun album, which is an all-for-charity, kind of gospel-flavored album. And I usually play this song on an ukulele, but I'll try it on a guitar. called Thank You, God. Remember that time I got down on my knees, begging you please to lend a hand. I was amazed when it all turned out okay. To me, I just went on my way, and that was that. I'm not sure if I took the time that day, or if I ever did say thank you, God. So I think I'll tell you now, thank you, God. I'm gonna say it right out loud. Looking back, I should have shown more gratitude, and I hope it's not too late to thank you, God. In so many struggles, you've gone to bat for me, even when I couldn't see that you were there. Whenever I lost hope and had nowhere to turn, and it looked like I just didn't have a prayer, things would turn around, but how quickly I'd forget when I should have gotten back down on my knees to thank you, God. How did I not understand it? Thank you, God. How did I take you for granted? It was you behind the scenes calling the shots, and I just thought I ought to thank you, God. Now this song is gonna serve as my reminder to tell you each and every single day, thank you, God, for blessing me with all I have. Thank you, God, for giving me more than I could ask. It was you behind the scenes calling the shots, and I just thought I ought to thank you, God, for blessing me with all I have. Thank you, God, the Father and the Son. I won't let even one more day go by without taking the time to thank you, God. Again and again, thank you, God. What can I say but thank you, God? By request. Thank you for that. That's off the Rising Sun album, and appreciate it. All right, we got just a couple more requests here. And, Bart, I'm going to do that one for you and flip that thing around again. Hold on. Yep, and one more. All right. Elsa is kind of the Vanna White of this show here. Oh, actually, this is kind of cool. My son Luis, as I was playing that song, he was sending in a request for that song. So, Luis, thank you for watching at home. I'm glad to know you're not burning down the house right now back in San Carlos. Cheryl Howell, it's nice to know that you're working on coming back to San Carlos. And if there's a song you want me to send out for Sam, just let me know which one it is. Okay. Bart, I'm going to do this one for you. Y Elsa me dices cuánto tiempo y cómo andamos. Okay, we're just going to do a couple more songs here. Bart, you're another one of those people who watches every single week. I really, really appreciate it. This next song reminds me of a lot of my San Carlos and Kino Bay friends, because a lot of people here have come to the conclusion that having a lot of stuff up north was keeping them from doing a lot of stuff where they really want to, which is what they really want to be doing. There were people who for a long time said, man, I wish I could stay longer, but, you know, we still got this big house we got to take care of. We got to clean a pool. We got to mow a yard. Yeah, the kids are gone, but we still got all that stuff we got to take care of. And I thought Tom Shepard, who wrote this song, just nailed it when he wrote this song, and he was so cool to let me record it. It's called Simplify. Someday this just might be you. He walked right in the kitchen, took her hand and said, I gotta talk to you. There's something I've been thinking about, a couple questions I need some answers to. Do we own this house, baby, or does this house own us? And those Harleys in the driveway, they're just collecting dust. One's got a flat. What's up with that? Had to buy some big lawn tractor for that yard we had to have. Now the only time we're out there is when we're cutting all that grass. How cool's a pool we never get to use? But what if we simplified, traded in our super size for something smaller, spent more time on us and less time on chasing a dollar, took back our lives? What if you and I simplified? We've worked so many hours to keep everything we have. We could let some of it go and buy our freedom back. Am I insane? Girl, are you game? Now I can't even tell you who we're trying to impress. We could sell one of the bikes and take the other one out west and see Wyoming. Just you and me. What if we simplified, traded in our super size for something smaller, spent more time on us and less time on chasing a dollar, took back our lives? What if you and I simplified? Took back our lives. What if you and I simplified? She looked at him real funny. Then she smiled. She said, I'll call up the realtor. You go air up that tire. Simplify. Good idea, Tom Shepard. Hey, let's take you down to Old Kino again. I'm going to introduce you to Marisol, who whips up a mean clam. This is Marisol. I like that name, as you guys know.
Hola.
And she's about to fix me up a clam. Look at all these clams. Can you tell me about the day you were born?
En una panga, mi mamá me dio a luz con una partera en 1975.
She says that she was born in a panga boat here off the shore in 1975. That boat didn't make it to shore in time to get to a doctor, I guess. And here she is. Everybody give it up for Marisol.
Yeah.
All right, boy, that made me hungry just watching that. Marisol, of course, you know I like that name. And by the way, Jose and Marisol are here with us at the condos, and they're just having a great time. They're loving the heated pool here. We spent a lot of time in that. So you just saw an appetizer there of a clam, and Pablo and Anais, our video crew, give it up for them. They joined me yesterday and had one of those clams with me. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to fix you up a different appetizer, and I think you know what I'm talking about on this one. Guacamole, no? Who's ready for some guacamole out there? Well, Cheryl Howell and Bill Thompson would like to send this one out for Sam Rainwater. Sam, if you're watching this, they'd like to send out just a funny song. Well, we need everybody singing along on this one, including you, Sam. Break out the ukulele, Sam. I know you've got it in your hand, and play along with me. And let's do some guacamole. Everybody repeat after me, guacamole. Oh, come on, we can do better. Guacamole. Here we go. How about the special effects of this show? Wow, this is why this show is so expensive to watch, folks. It's all the overhead. I met her at the mercado. She was buying avocados. And man, she really turned me on. She reached for my pepper and I grabbed her tomatoes. I knew it wouldn't take very long. She walked up to la mesa, she picked up some cerveza, so I picked up some onions and limon. And the way she looked at me, man, I could clearly see that it wouldn't take very long. Guacamole! Guacamole! We'd be making guacamole all night long. Guacamole! Guacamole! We'd be making guacamole all night long. She walked up to the line, I fell in right behind, and man, she sure looked good to me, que bonita. She reached for her money, I said, wait a minute, honey, I believe this one is on me. We got in my pickup, we started to back up, we headed on down the road. We went into her casa, we ate tortillas de masa, and we made guacamole all night long. Guacamole! Guacamole! We'd be making guacamole all night long. Guacamole! Guacamole! We were making guacamole all night long. Grand finale! Guacamole! 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 Haciendo guacamole toda la noche. Guacamole! Guacamole! We were making guacamole all night long. Yeah! Some of you guys make guacamole every time you watch a Monday night show. So during the show, well, even after the show. We won't get into that right now. Well, let's head on down to a place where you can buy some really good avocados right here in Old Kino.
¿Cómo están?
Letty Esquer, and she owns the little store that I'm in right now, Abarrotes, Costa Rica. And here in Kino, there's no Walmart or big chains or anything. It's all little stores. And I'll tell you what, you're going to get a lot better service here at Abarrotes, Costa Rica and Kino than you ever will at Walmart. Thank you, Letty.
Adiós. Hola.
We just got another request from Cheryl, and she would like me to do a song about my little girl, Marisol. Now, you just watched a woman on the screen a little while ago named Marisol, and you know why I like that name so much and why I named my daughter that. Pablo and Anais are just on this stuff tonight. Give them a big round of applause. See, they have the toughest job in the world. Their job is to make me look good. Mar means ocean. Sol means sun. Just in case you're wondering where her name came from. I never thought anything in life could ever be as beautiful as sea and sun together, at least until the day she came along. Now, oh, whoa, 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 I love my little Marisol. Oh, whoa, 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 her smile lights up my world. I love my little Marisol. Oh, whoa, 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 she's just her daddy's girl. Sure, I love my sons and roughhousing's fun, but there are things that only daughters do. Now that pink dress and those little shoes you're matching, I can't believe she's already into fashion. She's gonna break a heart or two. Now, oh, whoa, 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 I my little mighty soul. Oh, whoa, 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 her ribbons and her curls. Oh, whoa, 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 I love my little mighty soul. Oh, whoa, 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 she's just her daddy's girl. She's growing up too fast, and each day she's prettier than the one before. I don't want to think about the day some kid comes knocking on my door, singing, oh, whoa, 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 I love your daughter, mighty soul. Oh, whoa, 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 more than anything in this world. Oh, whoa, 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 he'll be in love with mighty soul. But oh, whoa, 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 she'll still be daddy's girl. She'll always be her daddy's girl. Oh, whoa, 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 I love my little mighty soul.
I am at a little shop in the old Kino village, and it's called Alcatraz. And they have just got the neatest stuff here. In fact, when I come here with groups from San Carlos, we always love to stop in this shop here because the stuff that they've got is just great quality. And most of this comes from southern and central Mexico. I am here with Rogelia, and she is the owner of Alcatraz. Rogelia, how long have you been in Kino Bay? ¿Cuántos años tienes aquí en Bahía?
Aquí hemos vivido 28 años, mi tienda tiene 24 años.
So she
Está
has been-
al servicio de todos mis clientes y les doy las gracias a los que me visitan.
She has been in Kino for 28 years. The store has been here for 24 years, and she's very grateful for all the support she's had from her customers, not only here in Kino Bay, but also my friends from San Carlos who have come up here and enjoyed her store. So guys, next time you're in Kino Bay, you know where to do the shopping for your wives.
Yeah, guys, you're going to be spending some money. Don't worry, the prices are really good there. Hey, before I do my last song of the night, there's a special song that I have that I love to play when I come to Kino Bay because it's the first song that I ever wrote back in, I think I finished the song in 1985, and it was years before I ever put out an album. And in fact, it didn't even make my first album. But I waited until the Mexico CD came out because it was just the right fit 3 albums into my recording career. So I hope you'll like it. I'm going to close things out with the first song I ever wrote. But I thought real quickly, we had some studio audience friends here tonight. And I just thought I'd introduce you to a couple of Kino Bay friends. This is John Parks. And John and Carol just got here today, but they have, their family has owned a place here as long as we have. John, how's it going? Good. Get right on that mic. Right there you go. Yep.
Well, we just want to say we love Mark and Elsa, and we love Kino Bay, and I hope you're all getting your blue minds on. A shout out to my mom, Gladys, a young 90 years old.
Yeah, Gladys.
Love ya.
91. That's awesome, Gladys. Thanks for watching tonight. This is Susan Bissing here.
Yes.
And Susan and Carl are down from Wisconsin. Am I right? Or-
We are, and we're staying for 9 months this year and loving it. And thank you, and ditto to what John said. And also a shout out to our family, to Brian's family, Tara's family, Renata's family, and Kenny's family. And please come visit us.
Yeah.
It is good here. It really is. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you guys for not throwing bottles at me as my studio audience. I love you guys. Will you go on the road with me? Wow, you're way nicer than most studio audiences. So thank you guys. Really great to have you here. And all of you guys watching at home, Hey, I want to let you know this next song, the Mexico CD is out of print, but the song you're about to hear was originally on that. But we took this song, and it is on my USB complete set. Those of you who have the USB complete set, there's a folder on it, and that's called bonus tracks. And this is the last bonus track on there. So you may, even if you have the USB, you might not have even known this song was on there. But there's a little hidden thing of like 5 of them. Look for a folder that says hidden tracks, and this song will be on there. Like I said, it's a very special. There's the USB right there. It's perfect for anybody who doesn't have a CD player, like maybe if you have a newer vehicle. It's also great if you want to like drop one in an envelope because they're the size of a library card. And we've got one that's $20, and that is, I'm sorry, $25, and that is the top 3 selling albums, along with the top song from every other album. So it's 37 songs in total. And if you'd like to get my complete set, that is everything. That's like 140 songs on it, and that's for $50, $49, and includes shipping. And it's just a great way to get all the music. Of course, you're hearing acoustic tonight with just the guitar. But on the album versions, it's all full band. In fact, the last 7 albums or so have all been in Nashville with great players. Kenny Chesney's guys, Garth Brooks' guys play with me, his guitar player, Taylor Swift's drummer. These are incredible musicians and wonderful people. I hope you will, if you've enjoyed the music tonight, if you want to share it with somebody else, that's a great way to do it. And thank you so much on behalf of my family. Pablo Anais, thank you for another great job on video. Elsa for helping out with the comments. Studio audience, you guys are wonderful. And every one of you guys watching at home, you keep me going in this thing. Thanks for keeping me off the streets. And once you know that the very first song I ever wrote is called Kino. Nancy's got it, all right. My mom called her and said she had to buy it. Thank you, Mom. I love it. Si quieren poner de scenery o algo así, está bien. So we'll close out with a song called Kino, and we'll close out with some nice pictures of Kino Bay too. The sun shines so brightly on the water. Soon it gently slips away somewhere beyond the sea, and darkness falls over the town again, and the fishing boats head out on the water, thinking about how far I am from home. Sometimes I get to wondering whatever made me go. Then I look out at the ocean and I know reflections of the moonlight on the water. The waves are breaking on the shore. Stars light up the sky. So many I just can't believe my eyes. I can't believe my eyes. Feeling like the world could do without me. Wishing I could sail away and leave it all behind. Sail away and leave it all behind. Thank you guys for joining me on a special night from Kino Bay. Love you guys. God bless you all. We'll see you again next Monday. Oh, one thing before I go, I want to let you know who's joining me next week, because you guys are going to like this. How many of you guys have ever seen the full band? Todavía está. If you've ever seen the full band 6.5 Mexicans, you'll recognize that guy right there. He is the lead guitarist, Gaspior, for 6.5 Mexicans. And he is going to join me next week. This guy's an amazing guitar player, but not only Gaspior. The last show that we did, we had a steel guitar player, pedal steel. There aren't many of those in Mexico. And the guy we got, man, he is a young kid, and he's all the top bands in Mexico now are trying to get this guy. His name is Alan. And he's going to join me too, and we're going to do that one from my backyard bar near San Carlos next Monday. And incredible musicians. It'll be just another totally different show. So I hope you'll tune in. And once again, everybody, thank you for joining me for a special night from Kino Bay. I had a blast, and I hope you did too. God bless you guys, and we'll see you next Monday.